Okay, hi everybody. So, I got my Shadow Heartless plush toy here. He's a little worn out because Sully's been playing with him. So, he's covered in his fur. So, I got this since we're doing the zero point 0.2 review. So, I'm going to show you so far what's my Heartless my own her Kingdom Heart collection while I'm doing this. I don't got very much to show. Because only got two things that are collections. So my first thing I got is this guy, a shadow, which is makes it is the one you mainly deal with for the game, the one you first encounter, the first Heartless you encountered in the first game and in this game too. And they make a tornado out of him. They try to make this thing hard. So that's one of them. And I got this off I got all three of these things off Amazon. It wasn't not didn't cost this much. I think this one cost me like about $10. These two Roxasaurus key Sora's necklace and Rox's necklace. They both were around their necks. I got them together. They were about $5. So, and my newest collection that came with this. Yeah, this is the game. This is the limited collector's edition that you get when you pre-order the game, like I did. So, it comes with this, which is a pin of Sora and Mickey for drain dot distance. I have when I get like a keychain thing like for my keys that has to do with it. I'll put it on that thing. 'Cause right now I have an Avengers, so it doesn't work that well. So let's get on to now that we are done with the collector, done with all the nice little toy items I have. Let's get on to the game. So we're on this one. We finished this one. So the trailers, ever since 2013, the trailers may have implied, I may have misinterpreted, but I'm not the only one who thought this, because a lot of people thought this too. Sora might say Aqua at the end of this. Well, unless they're gonna show something in the third game that he was actually gonna go and save her, because only time we see Sora is at the very end of the game, where he is coming back from Trevor's town and say hi to his all his Dream Eaters. Yet they implied that he went to Destiny's Island, found Master Ericus's Keyblade on the beach, and even in the musical cut, we see his glove grab Aqua's glove, and we did not see any of this in the game. I looked up the secret battles. I have not done the secret battles yet. I decided after doing that big video I did earlier, it took forever for me to upload it. So I decided not to do the secret fights today. Might do it tomorrow after that. I decided today I'm going to do a smaller video. So, and that's that's one part I didn't like about that. It felt like I got misled. We still don't know because it looks like Riku and Mickey are gonna go and look for her. Because since Riku got mad about the whole entire fact that Mickey kept it all secret from him for so long. So that's one thing about it. So let's get on to the game. I like the fact so that we got the one part I don't like about it out of the way. The disclaimer is, so the three worlds are in this game. There's actually four, but the three that had to do with Disney are the first one is the Dream a Castle of Dreams, Cinderella's world. Um, the second one, okay, so Castle of Dreams is basically where you just go around and get the chains, so you can make the clock move and get back to where it was left at midnight when Cinderella had to get back to the the carol before the magic runs out and she lifts her slipper. Yada yada yada. We all know the story. So that's what we have to do. We have to collect 5 gears, and while every single gear we get a new get one of Aqua's all abilities back that she had before that she had back in Birth by Sleep 1. Birth by Sleep 1. So, and at the very end, we had to face a Heartless Tornado. Yay! So, that fight was kind of difficult at first. I didn't die at any time of it. I think the key is try to stay out of its way. Don't let it swirl you around and stuff like that. Because that's what, if you let it swirl you around, this keep on hitting you and hitting you. You have to make it where you're actually smarter and keep ahead of it. That's how I kept out of it. And after we beat that thing, we run into Terra. Aqua thinks that it's really him, but she can't touch him, so she figures out it's the Dark Realm messing with her mind, making her trying to make her break. I think the whole entire time in this game, they're trying to turn her into the Heartless, make her one of them. That's what I think it's going on, trying to get to her, and by using her friends against her. So the next world we go to, the second world, is Snow White, and we see Ven in a coffin, which makes sense since he's sleeping in the outside realm, not unable to wake up since his heart is in two parts, and part of it went to it's like messed up and has to hide in Sora until he's able to recuperate and heal after his fight with Vanitas. So him being in Snow White's coffin makes sense, even though it's not really him. It just makes sense since he is kind of in the same situation that Snow White was in, except for it probably will involve a true love kiss to wake him up, like it did for her. So, and Aqua goes up to a mirror and she sees herself, and just like in the third Poltergeist, it grabs her. This whole entire second world of Dwarf Woodlands did remind me of the third Poltergeist movie, since you had to deal with reflections and demons and stuff with mirrors in that movie, just like in this part of the game. And it's creepy because you have to deal with Aqua has to fight herself in it, because her phantom's is really trying to get to her to crack, and we have to deal with like 3 parts that are really hard. We have to go through the dwarf's mind, which is like all torn to pieces, and we have to make it where the mirror lands into place to where we can jump to the next area. And there's these darn stairs that goes on forever. You have to figure out Oh, I have to look behind me because there's a mirror behind me. Stop going upstairs because if you keep on going upstairs, the stairs are never gonna end. And I and there's also the room where you have to fight the pillars to make it the room more because after you fight the pillars it goes either you go upside down, you have to walk upside down, or walk right side up. I think that one's like the hardest one to deal with because you can get easily lost in it. Because if you can walking towards the mirror for all you care that heads to like the last fight with Phantom Aqua, and it's led you and he goes into complete darkness, and she keeps on taunting you about you will break soon. Fighting is meaningless. So and she's the hardest when she's also the last secret boss in the game. So not the same one I fought. Um, she's a lot easier in this one because when I watched that person do it, it looked really hard, and he was doing it on beginner's mode, and I'm doing the game on standard. It was hard for him. This is gonna be hard for me because I'm doing the next level up. You guys told me to do it on critical mode, but I can't even beat Sephiroth in the second game on critical mode. So how am I supposed to do that here? So I have to warm up to where I can actually get to that level. Because I'm not as good as a lot of these other people are at these games. So I will try the secret boss, I promise, guys. So let's go back to the game right now. So the third world is Enchanted Dominion, where we see the thorns that belong to Maleficent block your way, and you have to be worried because the red ones, they hurt you if you attack them. So you have to use magic in order to make to where they don't hurt you. And this is like the hardest fight so far because we had to fight a bunch of dark sides in it, and they're in the pain in the butt because the first one's not too bad because it's just one, but at the very end we had to face really we're facing one, but in the background there's like about 6 in the background, like raining down death upon you, and you have to fight the one while the rest of them are raining down death upon you. With those orange balls that orange and black balls that the dark side fight, like it's a finishing attack. Basically, it's what's going on the entire time. And after you beat that thing, we run into Ven and Terra. This time, I don't think that it's kind of hard to tell for me. I think this time it's actually really them because I think it's Xehanort trying to get Aqua to spill the beans to where Ven is because he's looking for Ven and stuff like that because he doesn't know where Ven is. It's really Xemnas because I remember Xemnas was looking for Ven too. Xemnas was trying to like find the room of awakening by going for the castle trying to remember that castle's name. Oh, Castle Dominion. Try. Oh, the one in Retrain of Memories. Okay, I'll look it up. I'll skip this. So hold on. I'll pause it. Okay, guys. Now I got it. Castle Oblivion. So since Ven's hidden in Castle Oblivion in the Chamber of Awakening, only Aqua can get in. So even if he tells her, even if Aqua tells her, tells Xehanort what room it is in, he can't get in because only she can get in. She made it where only she can get into the room. So he's still doomed. He may find out where he may find out which room it is, but he can't get into the door without Master Ericus's Keyblade. So Ven's still, as far as we know, Ven's still sleeping, and they're still safe, even though Terra and Terra and Xehanort still had to fight over his body. I think it's kind of hard to tell, but I think Ven still won. I think Terra still won the fight at the very end, because he like disappears and we see Xehanort getting chained up as something. But we also see either a dark side, I think, or the Guardian grab Sora, grab Aqua and Ven, who was just standing there in a daze since he can't talk or see since he's asleep in the outside, since he's out of it in the outside world. And after that happens, Aqua is falling into darkness. She almost drops her Wayfinder, and right then and there, our Mickey is there to save Aqua. He helps her. They have to fight another heartless tornado before they catch up. Darn you, heartless tornado! And after that fight, which was pretty hard, a lot harder than the first heartless tornado, they catch up. Aqua tells him, "I'm losing it here, Mickey." And she's asking, "What have you been up to since I've been in here? How long has it been since I've been in here, Mick?" And he tells her, "It's been 10 years, Aqua. We've been looking for you for a long time. We still don't know where Terra is. Arvin, what's been happening? What happened since me and you separated?" So Aqua tells him that she had to go and face Terra and leave Ven in the Castle Oblivion, and how that ended up where her and Terra almost both ended in the Dark Realm, and so she had to sacrifice herself to where she was the only one that ended up in the Dark Realm. And Mickey explains to her that he had to go to Dark Realm to go and find the Dark Realm's Keyblade, so they can lock up the door to the realm of light, from the dark realm, to get into the realm of light. That happens in the first game. So he has to be on the other side of the door and stuff like that. He has to have like Riku right there, and Aqua even offered herself to do it. Like, Aqua says, "I can do it. I can be the other soul." He says, "Sorry, the job's taken." So after that, they They have to go through the dark realm, and then they get onto Destiny's Island, which looks like what looks like it's during the same exact time where Sora and Ansem are fighting each other in the first game. So while we're here, that's happening on the other side of the island. So we land on there, and Aqua also asks what's been going on in the world. How come the worlds are so messed up after everything that me, Terra, and Ven did? How did this happen? So Mickey explained to her that there was these two boys who got mixed up and their world got lost, and she said, Who are these two boys? Well, their names are Riku and Mickey. Or named Riku and Sora. Like, those are the same boys I met on this island. You mean to tell me try to make sure that both these two boys didn't get into the same type of predicament that we did? I even tried to make sure I wanted to make Sora into my successor, but I wasn't going to because Tara already made Riku his successor. I didn't, and she did not want them to go for the same exact situation that they had to go through, and they still did, even though she made it sure that those two did not had to, and they still did, because Riku messed up. Riku had to fall to darkness. So she finds out the truth and all, and we after that they head towards Kyrie and Sora's secret place. And that right before they get inside of it, they a big shadow tornado comes out, and this time they mean business, really mean business, because at first it's like every other Heartless tornado, the last two ones we fought, but at the last two bars, it gets crazy. It actually makes it where it acts like a real tornado, where you have to avoid getting inside the eye. Because if you get inside the eye, it swirls all around you, and it closes you up into where you're unable to get out. But I like this battle because our King Mickey, he's there, and he shows that I heard a warm light, and it led me to you. And he and her have like this finishing move where he gets on top of the tornado, and it leads her right to Aqua, where she puts chains around it to where it stops acting like a tornado, and we fight, and it gets to where we hit the eye of it. And I think that's like the best combo. It makes the Let's Team Up thing a whole lot cooler. And Mickey, and I keep on saying, Mickey, you're so much better than Donald at healing. Finally, I don't want to have to cook the guy who's trying to heal me. That's right, guys. Every time I play Kingdom Hearts, I want to cook Donald because he does not want to heal me correctly. So, I keep on saying, okay, Mickey, you get a big fat of cheese. I won't feed you to Sully. I won't feed you to my cat, Sully. And Sully says, darn, I want that mouse. I want to eat Mickey. You don't get to eat Mickey. Mickey was a good mouse in the game. Darn. So, that's, and also what happens, okay, he doesn't want to be in the video anymore. So, what happens after that, after we beat the Heartless, they go inside, Kyrie and Sora's, secret place. And you guys were in that door in the first game, the one where we went up to it, and Sora says, "Is this a window or a door?" And we find out after, and he talks to Ansem there when he goes and gets like one of the mushrooms for the whole entire the raft ship, and where Riku sees a key when they're very little, before Kyrie comes to the islands. That door, we finally get to see what's inside of it. I always wanted to see what was inside that door. I mean, it did kind of open in the first one, but darkness came out of it. But this part, we actually get to see, we open it, and there's there's Mickey's keep no, here, play with him. Um, we so we see the Dark Realm's Keyblade, the D-Link, and Mickey's able to go and get it. But we see Riku running across there to go and do his part. And right before Mickey and Aqua get there to him, a heartless tornado swooms into the room and makes it where and grabs and like swarms around Aqua and makes it where it takes her out of the room and makes it where Mickey loses his shirt like he did like because remember in this first game he was there in his original attire where he doesn't have no shirt on and makes it where it's not Mickey's fault why she's still there after the first game. And because I was so ready to yell at him for leaving her in there. And I knew they would not make it his fault. They would not do that to Mickey. I should have known. They would not do that to our mouse friend. I should have known. Last thing they're gonna do is make Mickey look like a jerk. That's Donald's job. So after that, the story ends because Mickey's been telling this to Kairi and Riku because you'd said finally decided it was time for them to know the truth because now Riku's actually skillful enough to actually go and save her because now he's a Keyblade master. Because the whole entire thing with the Dream Dark Distance, he was able to become a Keyblade master. He didn't fall into darkness like Sora did. So, since he's actually ready, him and Mickey go and save her. But not before he gives Mickey a hard time for it. About it. Saying, you should have told us. We could have gone and saved her. And Mickey says, but I promised her that I promised her I would not tell anybody. And when he said that, I remembered Riku did the same exact promise with Mickey in the second game, when he was stuck looking like Xehanort's Heartless the whole entire second game. He made Mickey not tell Sora about it. So, Riku, you have no room to talk. You did the same thing to Sora last year, basically. So, and so after that happens, and the ensign tells him, it was my fault. I told him not to tell you until either you or Sora were ready to go and save her. Because the last thing we need is have you guys go off caught into the Dark Realm like Mickey did. Mickey went off there all caught without a plan, like he always does. Like he went there like same exact thing he did when he put on Yinsen's hat. He did it off caught. He did without an exit plan. He just pretty much said, "Oh, I'm just gonna play with Yinsen's hat. I'm just gonna go and get that key. Go and get that key out of the Dark Realm. Oh, there's a bunch of brooms I created after I put on Yinsen's hat. I didn't think about an exit plan. I didn't think how I get myself out of this predicament. I didn't think how an exit plan out of the Dark Realm after I got the keyhole. After I got the Dark Realm's Keyblade. He didn't think about it. He did not think about an exit plan. And that's the problem with Mickey. And that's what Ian Sid was trying to do, to make it where Riku or Sora, whoever it was that passed the the master exam, went in there with a plan this time to where we can actually get out, where all three of you guys get out and not have nobody left in there. And Kairi calls the whole entire thing that Riku's asking to go and save her. Tells Riku, "Who's this new Riku? You're sounding so more like Sora." Like Riku's like, "What? I'm supposed to be the role model here." Like, and she's like, "It's okay, Riku. We still love you." I love that part. Was like so hilarious. So Yensid tells so Akari, after that whole entire laughing matter, tells Yensid, "I want to help. I want to stop being a damsel in distress. The next game, I want to actually be a part of it. I got a Keyblade now. Let me actually use it." So he tells her, "You will be training with Lee, and your teacher would be Merlin." And she like goes, "Who's Lee?" And Mickey says, "That's Axel." She's like, "Axel? You mean the guy who kidnapped me?" "That's right, Kari. You have to work with the guy who kidnapped you." So after the three of them leave, Riku and Mickey to go and find Aqua, make Kairi to go and work with to go train with Merlin, not Yin Sid. I get it. Yin Sid's retired. He's no longer a Keyblade master. He doesn't train anybody more. Pretty much, they had nobody to train Riku and Sora, so he had no choice then. And Mickey practically begged him. So this time, so Yin-Sid doesn't have to train Lee and Kairi. He arranged he arranged where Kairi and Lee train with Merlin. So before I continue, I want to just say the designs of the humans, like how they show every layer of every single character we see that are humans. We see all the layers of Aqua's hair. We see all layers of Ven's, Terra's, Riku, Kairi, and after what I'm about to explain here, Sora. But I'm happy they did this. They didn't do that to Yin Sid, because I feel since Yin Sid and when he was in Fantasia, he didn't have that. We didn't see every layer of his beard. We just have his beard, his big, is thick, and his side layers since he's bald. And since we didn't really got to see every layer in that movie, they kept true to his look, and I like that part that they actually kept that part. They didn't try to discreet him too much, because it's okay they didn't do that to the original on the ones for Kingdom Hearts, because that's how they always looked in the cinematic look. They always put layers of every single hair, like they do right here. So, and that part I really like that detail. Try to keep faithful to his design from Fantasia. So let's get back to the ending. So here comes Sora up the stairs, and Goofy's like, "Where have you been?" Okay. Where have you been all this time? Sora. And Sora's like, shh, it's a secret. And then they come in the room and like, he's like, where's Kairi and Riku and Mickey? And they say they left. And he says, without saying goodbye? And Donald said, well, it's your fault that you weren't here. Sorry, I was gone. I got back here. You should have gotten here faster. I think I finally nailed it, guys. It's not there yet, but when I finally do Donald, it doesn't sound like Stitch. I think the key is not to focus on try not to focus on the squeaks. Because Donald, I think that Donald's the hardest one to do out of the three. Like every single one's different. Mickey is squeaky like a mouse, while Goofy is deep like a dog. Yoo! And Donald, his over reliance on the quacking. So you gotta do it you have to try to do it like this. Ah, Foley. So I think I finally nailed it. Still tell me if I still need to improve on the three of them. So let's get back to the game. Sadly, what happened with Sora when he almost became a vessel to Xehanort and Dream Dot Distance. He lost his powers again, but this time it's not his memories that he lost, it's his strength. And Yinsen tells him this, and he knows that Sora has felt this. And we have to get his strength back by going to the one person who has lost their strength but was able to get it back. Now, guys, who do we know that's in Disney who has lost their strength but got it back? He went from 12 trials. He has to deal with Jane's Woods all the time with a fiery temper and has a teacher who's half goat. Can anybody guess who that is? Hercules! Honey, you mean Huncules! So it seems like in the next game, in the third one, we know where the first world's gonna be. We know why in the trailers we always see them going to where Ellipse Coliseum is always in the trailers, because that's the first world that they go to, because Sora needs to get his strength back. And the game ends with them inside the gummy ship, and Sora's trying to remember how to get there because the walls had gotten there, open up again, and Donald's giving him a hard time about it, like, come on, get serious, Sora. But I don't know where it is. And Goofy's like saying, let your heart be your guiding key. Where'd you hear that? Something you'd said it's something you'd said told us. So that's what I always like about these guys. So then Donald gives him a hard time. Goofy there is for support. These games, they make Goofy the smart one of the bunch. So finally, the time for where we get to score this great game. After me describing it to you, practically spoiling it for you. So you better hope you actually walk my walkthrough, or you actually played it. So it's this one. Make sure you either don't watch two people play the game, like I did, because I didn't have a 3DS. Make sure you actually know this story before you play this game. Otherwise, what I told you earlier would not make any sense. um, so I'm going to give the score of a okay, both my hands in there, both my hands in there. A 9 out 9 out of 10. Okay. Hold on, guys. When we go and get Sully. Okay, guys. Sully's still mad about that he didn't get to eat Mickey. Aren't you, Sully? Yes, Martha promised me that I would get to eat Mickey. So, darn, I don't get to eat Mickey. I guess Pete has to eat him now. That's Pete's job, to eat Mickey. Yeah, since he's the bad guy in Mickey's world, since he's like me, a cat. So, what are you gonna give it? Are you still gonna be mad that you didn't get to eat Mouse? Or are you gonna give it a score? Yeah, I'll give it a score. But I get to play with that Heartless still. The Heartless Shadow. I'm gonna be Keyblade Master. So, what are you gonna give it? What are you gonna give it? I'm gonna give it. He's still mad. I'm gonna give it all 4 paws. I'm just gonna show 2 of his paws, but he gives it all 4 of his paws. Okay, guys? Because right now he's mad. So that's my score. I give it a 9 out of 10 because they kind of misled us with the whole thing with Sora not saving Aqua and Mickey and poor Sully here gives it all 4 paws, but not his tail because he didn't get to eat Mickey. So, bye bye everybody.